Hey guys, Matt Pattillo, Master Pattillo Martial Arts, located right here in Winder, Georgia. We're gonna let a few people get logged on, and I'm gonna get on my laptop here so I can see any comments or anything as they roll in. And let's see. Awesome. Oop, there's me. There's a little delay there. All right, let me get this. Okay, perfect. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and get started. I know I'm a couple of minutes late, but I'm going to go ahead and get started, and then that way anybody who jumps on or doesn't catch this in time can watch it later. Now, oh, I've got somebody. Hey, Dad. So this is a little funny. My dad's the first person on, and I'm talking about tips for teaching kids how to listen the first time. So I'm sure he'll tell me after the video whether or not any of these worked on me. So, all right. So, big question for you guys: do you ever have to repeat yourself to your kids? Right? Every parent does. Okay. Do you ever find yourself saying, "Johnny, I told you to clean your room," or the ever famous, "How many times do I have to tell you?" Or, "I'm sick and tired of repeating myself." Every parent's had to say that, right? Or maybe even thought it. So, I'm here to give you 3 simple hacks to help you and your kids, well, actually help your kids to become first-time listeners. Now, you may already be using some of these, and if that's the case, that's awesome. Okay, but if not, then I hope you put them to use because I believe that they are effective first steps. Now, before I tell you what these 3 techniques are, there's no single magic bullet. Okay, so no single magic bullet that works on every single kid. Okay, the trick is to find what works for you and your kids and to be consistent. Right, the techniques themselves are simple. Consistency is the hard part, which leads us to our first step. So the first step on helping your kids become first-time listeners is to establish routine. Think of your day as a recipe, right? You gotta, what gets done and when, right? And what you do is you write it down on a big poster board. For example, 7 a.m. you get up, you have breakfast. 7:30 it's playtime. 8 a.m. get ready for preschool or whatever it is that you guys do. 8:35 you leave. 11:30 lunch, etc. I want you to take that thing that you wrote down on the big giant piece of poster board, and I want you to hang it up in someplace visible, whether it's your kitchen, your family room, wherever, and use it. Okay, that's the thing. Kids thrive on routine and structure, and it gives them a sense of security. Okay, it also keeps things predictable and establishes habit, right? If a kid doesn't have security, then they're more inclined to act out. If they have a habit, then they're more inclined to keep up with that habit, just like grown-ups, right? We have habits, we stick to them. It's hard breaking habits and establishing new ones. So if we establish a routine and develop the habit over time, then that's going to help them to become first-time listeners. So tip number 2. Keep it short and simple. The rule of thumb is you have to be able to explain it in less than 10 seconds. If you find yourself saying then or because too much, then you're over-explaining things, and it's just, you're going to watch the kids' eyes just kind of glaze over. Okay, so keep it short and to the point. Give them one simple thing to do, and then come back later on and give them the next thing. Johnny, it's time to brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. Johnny, it's time to take your clothes and put them in the hamper. Okay, and not, Johnny, brush your teeth, put your clothes in the hamper, put your socks in the drawer, whatever. Okay, make it one step at a time as you do it. Okay, so tip number 3, don't ask, tell. Okay, so no ending sentences with okay or starting with can you, because those are questions, right? So if you find yourself saying to your kid, can you make your bed? I don't want to. Okay, or Johnny, it's time to brush your teeth. Okay. Now, as adults, we're saying okay because in our head we're saying, do you understand? But a kid perceives that as, is that okay with you? And that's not what we want to, that's not the message we want to give to our kids. Okay. Instead, we want to make direct sentences. Johnny, go pick up your socks. That's it, right? We might follow up with, do you understand? Right? But that's not a question of of permission, right? That's not saying, you know, is it okay with you to pick up your socks, or can you pick up socks? Okay, that's telling them that they need to pick up their socks. So, as I said, these are first steps. If you're not already using them, use them. They may be simple, they may seem simple, and that's the point. But as a parent, we need simple and effective techniques. Apply them consistently, make them a habit, a routine, and you'll see improvement. I actually have 10 of these techniques for developing first-time listeners. And if you want my list, just drop a comment or your favorite emoji in the comments below, and I'll message you this week. Now, I'm going to give you a deadline so that way, you know, sometime later on, I'm not you know, having to send out the messages and digging this out of my archives or anything. But let's see, if you message me or leave a comment by Friday, February 9th, 2018, then I will send you that list this week. Okay, so drop your favorite emoji or comment below that you want me to send you this list. 10 tips to help your kids to become first-time listeners, and I'll get you set up with that. Again, this is Matt Pattillo, Master Pattillo Martial Arts. Thanks for watching.